What's up YouTube? We are back with another Awesomoto vlog. Today's a special vlog and it is brought to you by our friends over at Garage Alpha. They were kind enough to send us over their newest product for the GX470, and that is their new black window trim replacements. So for this window trim, they have been importing the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado window trim from the Australian and Japanese market, which they will also be compatible for the GX470. And the great thing about these is they come in a nice matte black finish, which really gives it that sleek look. All of the Lexus models that came in the States were in a chrome trim. So you may remember in a previous video, I took some cheap Amazon Toyota Prado replacement trim and I put it on the vehicle. I think it's been about a year. I have to go double check, but it hasn't lasted that long, and there is all sorts of warpage on these trim pieces. And this is something that I think I specified in that video that I wasn't sure how it was going to hold up. It was something I had read about before, but the great thing is that Garage Alpha is here to answer that problem for us. So Garage Alpha is importing these straight from Japan, giving us the ability to get some OEM trim in our hands and really freshen up the look of our GXs. All right, so I want to take a moment here and just show how this trim looks. It doesn't surface-wise look too bad. There was a couple things that bothered me, like over here, the alignment is a little bit off. And additionally, here you can see tons of warpage happening. I can almost fit my finger down inside, but if you look all along these edges, you can see the heat is just warping this material and the quality of it just isn't as good. So for $120, you can get yourself some OEM trim from Garage Alpha, and I think this is the way to go. I really should have went this route to begin with because I did go OEM on this third window here, and this is still in great condition. And I should note that the Garage Alpha trim is only going to cover the passenger and driver side front and second door windows, but it will not cover this third window. So you can either vinyl wrap this like they suggest, or what you can do is do what I did, and I just picked up a set of OEM rear trim here, and the quality is so much noticeably better. And in general, this is one of those scenarios where you get what you pay for. This hasn't lasted that long. It was $45 and it was enticing, but here I am. I don't think it's even been a year later and it is just warping like crazy. And the fitment in general, even from day one, just wasn't that great. It did not fit well here around the windows. It's just totally off, as you can see. So much better quality. This is the way to go. You get what you pay for. Yes, these are a little bit more expensive, but they're gonna last you a heck of a lot longer than those $45 ones on Amazon. So at a price point of $120, yes, you're paying a little bit more for these than those cheap Amazon ones that are around $45, but these are going to last you a heck of a lot longer. Those Amazon ones, depending on the area you live in, may last you a few months, and at most I think they're going to last you a year. This is something that's going to last you many years, and I think it is worth the price. So check out GXR Facebook group. You see tons of people praising the OEM trim, and I see why. Don't make the mistake I did and think you can get away with a little cheaper option. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see how this looks on the car and see how the fitment is. So let's just go ahead and get started. The best thing about this install is all I need is a Torx driver to undo a Torx bolt on the side of the trim. Other than that, these things slip right into place. So let's get started on this driver's side door and we'll see how the fitment is. All right, so you want to get yourself a T20 Torx bit, and you want to use this to, on the front door, when you open it up, there is a small Torx bolt, and you just want to undo that. And you want to keep this bolt and set this aside. All right, so from here, you just want to pry up on this trim. So if you have the OEM chrome Lexus trim, you want to be careful because that's metal, and you want to make sure you don't scratch things here, but you can bend that metal out to kind of get a little bit more lever arm to pull this trim up. So for me, it should come up fairly easy. So let's just see how easy it really pulls up. But I'm gonna not really care too much about saving this because I'm not planning on keeping this trim. But you just want to kind of go up from underneath. All right, so you can see this stuff's already pretty brittle and cracking on me. So this trim itself is just showing how much it's aged over a year of being on the vehicle, which should not be happening for a 1-year-old trim. It should last a few years. This is in worse condition than the OEM trim that was on here. That was almost 20 years old. All right, so the next thing you want to do is you want to take your OEM trim piece and you want to start up here at the front by the mirror. So you want to get this thing snug right up to the front edge here and make sure that you push far enough in until this upper piece that touches the window is flush. Once it is flush like so, you can start pushing down on the trim and it should start popping into place. You can hear that clicking sound. It takes quite a bit of force to get things to click into place, so you want to hang over the edge like this from inside the vehicle, and that really gets things to click down into place very nicely. And wow, already I can see a huge difference in the way that this fits. It is just nice and snug. All right, so last thing we need to do is just put the Torx bolt back in. And another thing you can tell if you're lined up properly is this hole here on the trim will line up as you see here, and you can put your bolt right back in. Much nicer fit. That looks so good. I actually can't believe how excited I am about window trim, because this just is something that is such a simple thing but makes a huge difference on your vehicle. Particularly if you're going from chrome to this nice black, it is amazing. But even just going from the black peeling up and garbagey looking Amazon ones to the OEM black trim, you can just see with your eyes that the fitment quality is just so much better. All right, so let's get started with this rear window here. And this is not rocket science to put these in. So you're gonna have the same Torx bolt that you had on the front door, but it is at this side of the rear door. So you're just going to want to open up your door and undo that. Once we get that undone, just start prying up on that old trim. All right, so next I'm going to line up our trim piece here. And because this side does have the clip on it, before you push down and click it into place, you want to open your door and verify the hole location of this trim and make sure that there is an alignment here, because if that trim is not lined up with this hole, you won't be able to get this screw in, and then you could damage the other side when you're trying to pry it back up. So I recommend starting on this side and getting things pushed into place. All right, things are lined up there. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. This actually lines up with the pillar in the window, so I have no more bunk fitment that we had before with that other trim. So that's nice to see that everything lines up much better fitment. All right, I'm going to go inside and push down from the top again. So that works much better. Even with the door open, you can push down or climb inside the vehicle and push with all your weight, because it takes a considerable amount of weight to get that to clip down into place. All right, lastly, we just want to put this Torx bolt back into place. All right, so there we have it. The driver's side of the vehicle is complete. From here, I'm just going to go repeat those same steps on the passenger side of the vehicle. Is the exact same process, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a final review of this product. All right, so there we have it. The Garage Alpha window trim is installed. Like I said, this is OEM trim that they are now importing into the US. So for all you GX470 owners out there that are looking for OEM trim, here's a source to get it. I'll put the links down below so that you can get all of Garage Alpha's links directly to this trim. And you've also probably seen the TRD Pro style grille that comes from Garage Alpha in a video I did earlier on that. So I'll put the links for both of those Garage Alpha products in the description of the video below. So my overall opinion on this trim is 2 thumbs up. This is amazing. This is a much better quality trim and fitment than you're gonna get out of the knockoff versions that you're getting off of Amazon and eBay. This is true OEM trim, so you're just gonna get that OEM factory feel and fitment. All right, so that about does it for today's video. I know this is a shorter video than usual, and although it's not hard to install this trim, it makes a huge impact in the look of your vehicle, especially those who are rocking the chrome trim like I was. The blacked out trim just modernizes the vehicle's look, and I think it looks a lot better. And as a continuous reminder before I end today's video, the Awesomoto merch store is live. You can get yourself Awesomoto t-shirts, air fresheners for your GX, sticker packs, and jet tag keychains. So if you're interested in supporting the Awesomoto channel, I appreciate all the support. It really helps go back into making these videos and keeping you getting GX content more regularly. So head on over to awesomoto.tv to pick up some merch and support the channel. All right, well, I'm gonna end things here. If you liked today's video, you liked this simple install, hit that like button down below. Additionally, if you're not an Awesomoto subscriber, hit that subscribe button down below so you can get entered into monthly t-shirt giveaways and you can stay tuned with all of the GX470 content. All right, I wanna thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.